Why, Ross, take the Rachel of all the horror stories that could arise from having your ex attend your wedding, accidentally saying their name in your vows is probably the worst. Ross, David Schwimmer, makes a faux pas for the ages when he names Rachel Jennifer Aniston in his vows during his wedding to Emily Helen Baxendale in the season 4 finale. Rachel hadn't planned to attend the wedding in London, declining the invitation, but she flies there at the last minute planning to confess she still loves Ross. In the end, Rachel decides not to be the worst wedding guest ever and instead merely wishes Ross luck, but her presence does the damage on its own, causing Ross to mistakenly name her during the ceremony. In the end, it's for the best, elongating the will they won't they narrative of Rachel and Ross' love and adding a comedic moment to their decade-long star-crossed romance. Don't ever invite an ex to your wedding, the disembodied voice of middle-aged Ted Bob Saget advises his children before this particular chapter in the tale of how he met their mother. He learned that lesson the hard way, despite the vehement protestations of his fiancée Stella. Sarah Chalk, young Ted, Josh Radnor, more or less accidentally invites one of each of their exes to the big event. And, when he and Stella separately confront their own respective former partners, Ted gets his own ex to leave before the ceremony, but Stella isn't so successful, she runs away with hers. But you know what? It's fine. If Ted had married Stella he never would have met your mother. This Richard Curtis rom-com has not one, but two cases of exes attending weddings, and both of them are utterly disastrous experiences. Charles Hugh Grant attends Carrie's Andie MacDowell wedding, after having already confessed his love for her while helping her select her wedding gown. Not only is Charles utterly miserable there, but he also finds out his best friend Fiona Kristen Scott Thomas has been carrying a torch for him for years, and their other friend, Gareth Simon Callow, suffers a fatal heart attack during the groom's toast. Carrie also attends Charles's wedding to tell him she has separated from her husband, causing him to realize she's not the woman standing next to him at the altar, is the only woman he's ever loved. Ruined weddings galore. We know that if Will, or Grace for that matter, was going to be the ex at the wedding, there was going to be plenty of neuroses and drama. When Will discovers that his ex Vince is getting married, he becomes obsessed with figuring out what went wrong in their relationship. In true sitcom style, everything is resolved by the end of the episode, but not before Will makes a toast to himself for being a sad, lonely man. Oh, dear, in pop culture, an ex at the wedding means they might end up being the one walking down the aisle or running away with the bridegroom, and it's a time-worn trope providing an excellent narrative framework for the Philadelphia story. When C.K. Dexter Haven, Cary Grant, arrives for Tracy Lord's, Katharine Hepburn, wedding weekend, he's there purely on work pretenses, or so it seems, helping a team of reporters attend to cover the nuptials for Spy magazine. But over the course of the wedding festivities, we learn that Dexter never got over Tracy, and as she does some soul-searching, and gets drunk for the second time ever in life, she finds herself drawn to her first husband who she once dismissed for the grave sin of being human. Mindy Lahiri, Mindy Kaling, has a lot of exes, so it's inevitable that she would attend at least a couple of their weddings. The series began with one such event, with Mindy giving a drunken, cringe-worthy speech at ex-Tom's Bill Hader wedding before crashing a bike into a swimming pool, leading her to vow to reform her personal and professional life. Hint, she doesn't, at least not at first. But that wasn't the only ex's wedding she attended. Perhaps even more disastrously, in the second season, she goes to ex Josh's Tommy Dewey wedding with Peter Adam Pally as her date. Mindy actually is totally cool, but Peter ruins everything when he sleeps with the sex-addict bride in the bathroom during the reception. Mindy tries to save things by giving a speech, but the irate guests end up literally throwing cake at her and each other.